New abortion restrictions could be reinstated today in Utah. A temporary restraining order on the state's trigger law ends today, and a preliminary injunction hearing this afternoon will determine what happens next. The law bans abortions after 18 weeks with exceptions for rape and incest, the health and safety of the mother, or fetal viability. It all comes just days after President Biden signed an executive order to try to protect access to abortion nationwide. Interim Dean and Professor at Temple University School of Law, Rachel Rebouche, joins me live now for more on this. Rachel, thanks for being here. You know, the judge who granted the restraining order last month said he felt that the immediate effects of the Supreme Court ruling would outweigh any policy interest of the state in stopping abortions immediately. So what can we expect from the hearing today?
So I think that today's hearing will really focus on the arguments of the state of Utah and Planned Parenthood, who's taking the case. So beyond the immediate effects of halting abortion across the state, the people who had appointments who would have been turned away, now the question for the court is, what's the harm of letting the law go into force? And the state will argue that Utah had criminalized abortion before Roe v. Wade, and that should be the standard set out by the trigger law that was in effect for 3 days after the Roe v. Wade decision was overturned. Planned Parenthood, the litigant, is going to argue that the Utah Constitution, the state constitution, protects abortion rights as part of its protection of bodily integrity. That a court previously, after Roe v. Wade was decided, contemplated that the Utah state constitution extended beyond what the federal constitution protects. And that should be why the trigger law should not be in effect.
Utah isn't the only state dealing with this question of, does the state constitution go farther than the federal constitution? And so the Roe v. Wade decision doesn't necessarily have an impact on the abortion laws there. What are the different ways that this particular case can play out, and what might the impact be in other states?
So this is a case that we're going to see cropping up in states across the country for the next months, years, hard to tell. But the stakes for the citizens of Utah, the court could decide that the Utah's constitution is separate from the federal constitution, protects the right to abortion, protects bodily integrity, which includes right to abortion. And if that's the ruling, then people in the state of Utah can seek abortions so long as they're not past 18 weeks, the law that's been on the books before Roe v. Wade was overturned. If the state wins, then the trigger law goes into effect. Abortion is illegal except for in very narrow circumstances. So a lot's on the line, and this is the same for lots of states that we're seeing.
What kind of an impact do you think President Biden's executive order could have in Utah and other states with bans that are in effect?
It would create avenues to use federal power to try to create inroads for abortion access based on federal law and federal agencies in ways that are separate and apart from state law.
All right, Rachel Rebouche, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.